Well, hello again. Now for tonight's dinner, I'm going to make my spare ribs fall off the bone to die for. I've done this recipe about 2 years ago, and it's the same. I'll link that to this one, as well as my homemade barbecue sauce. I didn't have time or the items in my pantry to make it fresh today because I just didn't have them all, and I'm here for a limited time, so I didn't want to invest in getting them. I think if I have it in my fridge, and I hope I do, I'm gonna just use. I have some Baby Ray's, or if I have to, I'll do a makeshift with ketchup and whatnot, and we'll get that done with some ketchup, brown sugar, and spices should suffice. But I'll link the recipes. I also don't have a pan to accommodate my spare ribs. So what I'm doing is I'm using the air fryer tray that came with my oven, and I'm putting foil, which I would do if I had a big pan. These are baby back ribs. They're beautiful. I paid $11.58 for this. It was $4.99 a pound, and I got about 2 1/3 pound here. And it's just me and Den, so that should be enough for two of us. Let me get a knife and open that. And I'm going to show you the most crucial thing to getting baby back ribs or any ribs tender. I think mostly baby back because that's all I use, okay, because I like them. They're tender, they're delicious. They always work for me, guaranteed every time. Now, here's the secret, okay? Look at this beautiful piece. I'm going to hold them up like I'm a freaking hunter here. But, I said my show is real deal. I'm a real wife cooking for dinner in my own kitchen. That's a beautiful piece, okay? Now, here's the thing. On the back, you see that white skin? Okay, that's called the silver skin. We have to get that off. I'm going to put it on a diagonal because that's where it fits, and that's how I'm going to roast them and cover them. Now, here's the tricky part. I got to wash my hands, get a Scott towel because we got to get the edge up, get a good grip, and then it'll come off in one piece. But give me a second, bear with me, and you'll see this happen. And once you learn it, because I know I could not make my spare ribs good to my taste liking before I knew all the tips and tricks. If you're new to it or you think you could just go get ribs and slather on some sauce and put them in the oven for several hours on low and they're going to come good, they might, they could, but they didn't for me, and I had to learn. I'm going to wash my hands. There's only soap on here. Okay, now, this is a tricky part. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little bit, you got to grab it. See? You got to get it from the edge. Oh, my goodness. I hate this part, and that's why I'm going to link the video, because between this video and my original, one may show it better than the other. Who knows? 4 eyes are better than 2, right? Okay. I think I have a generous beginning. You'll see. You'll play with it. It kind of is self-explanatory when you look at what I'm speaking of. When you see it in actuality on your baby backs, you'll say, oh, I know what she's talking about. I know how to get that skin off. Okay. And I'm just going across to make sure that we could rip. You'll see the methodology. All right. I think I have a good section. Now, here's why you need the Scott towel. I'm going to take the dry end of it because I can never get, I got to hold that side. Okay. Here we go. It's coming off in halves. This happened to me before. It may come off in 2 pieces. But see, you want that off. It's like it's a film. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a silver film of skin on the ribs. The reason you got to take it off, see, there it goes. The reason you got to take it off, see, and here's the other piece. Just think of summertime peeling suntan. Think of that. I know that's a gross analogy, but think of that. You're peeling skin, the thin layer of skin. The reasoning that you have to take and get this off is this prohibits the ribs from cooking through all the way through the bone. That skin protects the bone, so you really don't get that fall off the bone texture throughout the entire rib. Now that it's gone, the heat will penetrate the rib fully, thus making it super tender like your girl likes. I can't speak for you, but I bought some from Costco, the other morning when we went for food and rotisserie and all this other good jazz, and I seen the ribs like this, a whole rack cooked. They look scrumptious. My mouth was watering at 9 a.m. Bought a rack of them. Okay, let me just throw this out. Bought a rack of them, and when I got them home, there was nothing wrong with the flavor. They were delicious, but they had the bite of, they weren't fall off the bone. They had structure to them the way a Chinese takeout rib tastes. And that's good if you like that. A lot of people like that little bit of a pull, that little bit of a chew. I don't. I have teeth issues, chewing issues. So I gave them to my neighbor. I said, let me know what you think. And I didn't waste them. But these are the ones I prefer. Okay, let's get to it. Enough jibber jabber. Now that the skin is off, I have them fully on a diagonal. They're on the pan. I'm going to just dry rub season them. Let me get my spices out. It's going to be your usual hitters: onion, complete, paprika, garlic powder, salt. Let me see if I have smoked, because it's good to use both the smoked and the regular paprika, and a little bit of cumin. Ooh, I got the secret stash in here. I got some cumin. What else I got? Excuse me, a little bit of cayenne. I have pimento. Where is my smoked paprika? Let me see if I can find my smoke, guys. That makes a nice difference. Chili powder. Now the seasonings are going to be up to you. Whatever you like in your house. You do you. Okay. Garlic. Because they're going to cook now, low and slow, on 275 for 2 hours, covered. That's my method. I found this years and years ago. I don't even remember who it was, but I learned it, and I think it was a guy from an advertisement for an appliance, believe it or not. He was doing a spice rub for a pork loin he was putting in the thing, and it just wound up being the great recipe here. Okay, this is complete. If you only could buy one spice, buy this. It's complete by Badia. Has everything in there. Green pepper, all these jazzy good stuff. Onion. Like I said, if you wanted to eat them just like this, with brown sugar and ketchup slathered on at the end, you could. This is so flavorful. What is that not opening? Oh, this is new. I have an open one. Let me use my open cumin. Say, I don't want to waste. Okay. I think I did everything, right? And Italian seasoning, organic. I don't need that. A little bit of cayenne, no. Coriander. Maybe a little bit of coriander because it has a little lemony in it. I'm choking myself on my own spices. I love it. That's it for the dry. You do you. You've seen me do mine. Now we wrap it like a baby. Okay? Wrap everybody up. Bring in the corners. Now it goes low and slow, 2 hours at 275. I have to put some extra paper down on the underneath to make sure we don't drip. This is it has holes in it. That's really the air fryer pan. I'm limited here in New York, guys. When you see me cooking in Florida, it's a much better setup. Much more available items to me. But I'm not going to do that here because I'm retired, not rich. Okay, say that now. Now you see, we created a drip pan of our own. Because when this bakes for 2 hours, let me tell you something. It's going to generate juice that we spill all up. We pour it all out, open the foil, pour out the juice, and then we're going to slather on the barbecue sauce for the last 30 minutes of cooking. But right now, it's going to go in at 275, 2 hours, and then I'll come back and show you the next part. Okay, guys, 1 second. I forgot. My bad. I got to put the microphone in. Let me stop it. Pause. Okay, guys, I just took it out of the oven. It's been 2 hours, so I'm going to want to show you what they look like now, because then they got to go back in. I made my sauce, my barbecue sauce. Okay, let's see what we got here. What do we got? I got foil that's all discombobulated. Okay, all right, see? Ooh, they steaming hot. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, what I got to do, because I don't have the proper equipment, I'm doing this because I want ribs. And let me just double check, see if they're nice tender. See, now they're still a little tough. You know that? They are still a little bit tough. Go figure. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to raise the temp and give them another 30 minutes in the foil. Okay? It's good that you're seeing this with me, because now if it happens to you, say, okay, I just put them back in. That's all. No worries. You know? There is certain science to this. We want to get them fork tender before we move forward. So let's do that. It's worth it. I'll pause. Give them another 30 minutes. Hey guys, I gave them another 40 minutes because the meat, I want to be sure it's tender. So let's see if it works. Again, I say this because no recipe is cut in stone. Everybody's going to have a different stove. Everybody's going to have a different cut of meat. I'm here in Long Island, New York. I don't know if your spare ribs in another part of the world will be different. Probably so. So don't worry about, exact timings and all of that. Woo! They look good. Can you see them? Wow. Can you see them in there then? Mm-hmm. My hubby's helping me. I had a little camera snafu. Okay, they're more tender, but they're not as soft as I know them to be. So we'll see. I'm feeling in between the bones. And these are baby back ribs. Okay, now here's the part where I said, now we have to put the barbecue sauce and continue to cook them. Okay. There's some juices in there. I'm going to leave that because I don't have my regular pan, and it's very difficult for me to take that out. So I'm going to make a little boat here. Okay. I'm going to make a little boat. There they are. I can probably get some of it out, but I mean, is it that important? I don't think so. Yeah, there really isn't much to worry about, so I'm not going to. I'm going to take a little piece off here just to taste it. A little piece of meat. Put that on my cutting board. Okay. Never mind the cutting board. Okay. I'm good. That's delicious. Now, I didn't have, I'm gonna get my brush. I didn't have any ready-made sauce. I didn't have any barbecue. I had to make one quick. I'm looking for my brush. Forgive me. I'm so out of it tonight. So out of it. I'll link my homemade barbecue sauce to this recipe so that you can try that. Excuse me. Here, I just made a quick one. So that's all you do. After the first 2 hours, now you're going to slather it liberally with the barbecue sauce. And you could do it in thin layers and check it every 10 minutes and put more, however you like. There's really no system. There is no set recipe. You're going to know how you like your ribs. You're going to know how much sauce you want on them, how tender you want them. As long as you have the base down, and this is the base, guys. Now I slather them in. I'm going to check them every 15 minutes now, and when they're really, really tender to where I like them, then I'm going to pull them out and call them done. So I'm going to put them back in, exposed, okay, just like that with all the barbecue sauce, and then we'll come back. I'll do them for another 15 minutes, check them, put more sauce 15 minutes, and I'll show you the finished result. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about how we got there, okay? Okay, after the long journey, because it's real cooking, it's a real kitchen, It takes a little bit longer here and there. Like I said, you got to tweak. These are my ribs. They're finally out of the oven. They took maybe 15 to 30 minutes longer than I suggested, and it's going to take variations from everybody. Depends, you know? But the method and the system is what works and what I love and what I wanted to share with you. It's, you know, the end result is fabulous oven-baked spare ribs to die for. Now look, I can't even get them out of here. They're going to drip to the bottom. I don't have, let me see, I want to show you them. I don't have a pan big enough to accommodate them. I'm going to try to get them out to my cutting board here just to show you the finished result. Let me get my prongs. Give me a minute, guys. I'm doing my best here. Where are my chickies? Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I can't even find my big fork. I am at a mess tonight. I am a mess. I don't have anything.
Oh, they're in the...
Huh? Yeah, everything. I should have unloaded the dishwasher, which has everything.
Look on the top.
Yep, here they are. I found them. Talk about a real kitchen. I'm always bragging, and now, boy, oh boy, I am not lying. This really is a real kitchen, a real night. Okay, let's see if we can get these. Ooh, steaming hot. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Can you see that in there beautifully? That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's worth doing. Forget all the mess. Forget all the time and crazy confusion. The end result is the best ribs you're ever going to make at home. And these were under $12. Seriously? Seriously? Now, I'm just going to cut them. Let me do this way. I like the way they look this way. And you have the bones here to guide you underneath. See? You just cut within the bones. Okay. Oh, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. I made some coleslaw on other sides, potato salad from the other day, and that's why we made this. Where's my knife? Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I am super behind. But that's okay. I know you guys want to see this. I could have ended it long ago, but I want to share it with you. Okay, so then you just cut them in between the bone. See? That's ripping up. That's ripping up. Okay. It doesn't matter. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, wow. These are falling off easily. Okay. I like my ribs this way, guys. If you like them more to the bite, you would cook them less. It's a simple math. You know, instead of 40 minutes should be 20. Instead of 30 you'd be 15. You know, I like them like this, falling off the bone. That's my idea of a perfect rib. That's just preference. Look at that. Yum. And we're just two people, but you know, fear not. These reheat good. You know, we could probably eat 4 to 5 pieces each and wouldn't have much left over, so don't worry about it. And then the cost of them overall, $12. You can't even get a sandwich for 10 bucks. Okay. Alrighty. Woohoo! Alright. And that's all she wrote. Now they're all cut, ready to eat. Yum, yum, yum. I know they taste delicious. Beyond tender. Those are my ribs. Thank you for putting up with all the chaos and craziness. I'll put the video link to my original recipe, which is much more refined than this debauchery here. But they're all good, and they're both delicious, and I hope you learn from either of them. Till next video, be well, keep watching, keep cooking.